Hi everyone, it's the 11th of September. Yesterday was a very quiet day for all the indices, and I think we have just a little bit more upside to recover the lost ground of Friday. It tried to recover, I mean, it already recovered most of it, maybe. I'm just saying maybe. And that maybe depends on if it can push through that golden top band and the blue resistance. That would take us, I think, towards 55.30, which is where this spike happened. So initially it was there and then it came down. I'm not saying it is going to get there, but I think if that golden, first of all, that golden top band is a potential resistance, and it may be forming this blue wedge. So if it touches the blue, touches that golden top band and breaks it to the downside, then we should see the downtrend continuation inside this golden top band or golden channel. And the golden top band is around 5,505. SPX cash is a little slightly different. You remember the black channel that was broken and back tested. That job is done, and this is where this trend has started. So that golden top band is kind of started right here. So the golden top band may turn out to be entirely bogus if it starts to rally and touch that blue resistance and breaks it. On the SPX, the highest point was here. That's why this trend has been broken, and that's why maybe if we break this blue resistance rail, we're going to have a bit more upside to that green top band, recover all this lost ground, maybe that green top band even, and the golden purple resistance, that would be 5,550, and then come down. It depends on if this green support keeps on holding and we push on to that green top band. Dow Jones, I removed the purple channel, okay, because it has been breached too many times. The purple trend was this one, okay? So it's this red one. I'm not going to put it back into purple, but that is what it looked like when it broke down and then it was broken back up. So it's this red one. It was purple in yesterday's video. You can see it broke back into the red, but then it failed and it came down, and that's why the red one is no more. This red resistance with 3 touches has to be broken for probably more upside. The blue channel is broken and back tested. You can see that blue resistance came down, deep back test. Is it going to rally? Is it going to be able to break that red resistance and rally? Especially if it moves beyond this here, as I said in yesterday's video, 41,100. That would change things, and I think we're going to get to that 41,600, 700. But if it keeps on coming down, okay, then the red bottom band is the next potential target. Okay, it may be forming this red downtrend here. And ultimately, obviously, that green, so this is the high of July, high of end of August. So if it really wants to come down, the green bottom band is the obvious target, which is basically the low of beginning of August, around 38,500, and I think that's where we're going to bottom out again. So I'm going to put it on the Dow Jones cash. I'm going to put it on the golden trend that is still very much intact. And are we going to revisit that golden bottom band? That is, you can see perfect touch, 2 touches, 3 touches on the top band. Is it going to come down and touch it and rally again? For that, so I'm going to switch to the 1 hourly. A little bit too many lines, I know, but just bear with me, okay? This blue downtrend was, of course, broken to the upside. And I thought, okay, now it's going to rally, but it came down. This black resistance, support, resistance, or sorry, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. You can see here, that one was broken down, back tested, and it's coming down again. If that black bottom band holds, we may still see a rally. if it gets there. If it that's a low, that's the low of Friday. Okay. But of course, as I said, the red bottom band would be the next potential target if it really breaks back into the blue and breaks through all of these. So today, I mean, as soon as possible, it has to get to the red resistance, at least for bulls to take over again, to go to the black top band and break it. NASDAQ is inside the green bear flag. You can see that's the perfect bear flag with two touches on both sides. The blue resistance was broken and back tested, which is why it's rallying. Is it going to gain back all of this? So touch that green top band. Of course, the golden top band is coming our way as well. So which one is going to tell the truth about the downside? Is it that green top band and come down, or this golden top band and then come down? So to me, it still looks bearish, and I think it's trying to establish a proper downtrend, especially if this golden channel holds. NASDAQ cash is exactly the same. The blue resistance broken and back tested. It rallied a little bit, the green bear flag and the golden top band. So the highest level it should get if the bears are in control would be the green top band and then reverse, or that golden top band. So on the NDX, the golden top band is at 18,900 and the green top band is 18,975 or so. So this is exactly like, as I always say, you need to plot these lines. So the golden top band is very easy, golden bottom band is very easy. This is where we topped, and like 22nd of August, came down without making a new high, came down again. Now we are having this golden downwards channel. It's a potential downtrend. I know there are two hits on the top, but I think they're too close to each other. The second touch would be here. If it holds, then I think NASDAQ is going to sell off big, and that would actually call for a short. Russell is inside the black. You can see I showed it yesterday. A few touches on the top, two touches on the bottom band. This is the downtrend, but there's also this purple downtrend, and if it does touch the purple top band, I think we're going to see more downside. That would be the establishment of that purple downtrend, because you remember the red channel that was broken, back tested, and we sold off. I don't think we're going to break that blue internal or that top band for quite some time. I think it looks very bearish, and ultimately I'm thinking maybe we're going to get to the blue top band, bottom band, and then rally with a really large bull flag. FTSE, not much to add. I think ultimately it is going to get to that level, but we're pulling back again. That's typical FTSE. Can't do anything really. This is DAX. DAX is the only one that made a new low after Friday's sell-off. Yesterday it touched a new low. This was the golden channel. So initially the red one, and then the green one, the golden bottom band held, and we broke down and we back tested it, and then it sold off to touch the new low, right? Now, is the green downtrend forming? Very probably yes. Most probably yes, because the green internals are good. So if the green top band holds, we have more downside. And is it going to? Of course, there is this giant support, that green support. Forget about this one, okay? 1, 2, 3 touches on that green. So if it gets there and breaks it, obviously it's going to open the way for at least this blue bottom band right there. Maybe then we have a really large bull flag. We don't know that yet. The French index had broken and backtested the golden downtrend. This is a small bull flag. I was really hoping that we're going to get to that purple broken resistance, which may still happen. And that would be around 72, 75, 72.50. That may still happen. But of course, you can see it is broken out and backtested. So we'll see. But of course, the entire move on all of the indices, they're looking kind of bearish, and that's why I'm a little bit skeptical about about the French index. Maybe we'll see a rally and then come down, touch that purple plus black, and then rally. That could also be the solution for the bullish case. TLT. Do you remember on the 23rd of October last year, I called for a long of bonds, and that was when it really marked that this low is the 23rd of October, and TLT was at 82.50. That call is still on Twitter. And then we broke out, we rallied, came back, golden bull flag broke out, back tested, blue resistance. Now the green top band, right? The green top band is slowly breaking, which is obviously very bullish. And I thought this may turn into a major resistance, but no, it's actually really breaking to the upside, which is good news again for bonds, and rates are going to come down further. 10-year treasury note, the blue top band was the target. So this is why I called a major low last year, October. Okay. And that red bottom band, this is the 10-year treasury note. This is where we bounced. And I was thinking, this is a giant up to sideways. So up sideways, that's actually an uptrend, right? This is the low of 2000. 23 years later, we bottomed out right there, and we broke out of the golden bull flag, and we back tested it. And since then, I've been still calling for longs. Purple resistance broke. The red channel is intact, and the blue top band, switch to the daily chart. That blue top band shouldn't become a major resistance. It should be actually completely ignored for rally. Otherwise, if we reverse, then we may still see a downwards move on bonds. Just got to be careful there, okay? So oil, this year's US oil, break off that blue. I was hoping we were going to bottom out at 70, but we are back. We're actually down to almost 65. It touched 65.50 yesterday. And is it bouncing off this golden support? This is the low of 21, 21, 23, and is it going to be 24? So this year is a very, very critical zone, as I mentioned several times, that, you know, if we want to put also a support, a kind of a rectangle zone, right? That support zone, first, second, third, fourth, we may come down to all the way to 62.50 or $62, and then we will see whether it holds. But there is a diagonal support right there. So I'm going to put this in green color to make a distinction, okay? So let's put it in green. Yeah. This golden support line is holding at the moment, and Brent oil had broken that blue support rail. Of course, that didn't look very good, and it actually proved to be a very big support breakdown. Now, do we have the bottom out at the green bottom band? Yeah, this is the channel, right? It's a potential channel. Internals are really good. So if we back test it, I think Brent oil is going to come down again. It man the golden support together with the green bottom band. That could become the major bottom out at $65 on Brent oil. Okay. And I'm now going to put also that red bottom band. So this could also, you know, there's quite a few underneath potential support zones, you know, that red bottom band together with the green. So around 60, 65. So let me show you 65, 67. There's very serious support for Brent oil. Gold has made a move. It bounced off the red support. It is now making a move on that blue resistance, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Is it going to break? And if it does, is the purple top band going to hold? This is the question. Of course, it is very, very choppy, and it's a consolidation before the next leg up. This is still what I believe in. And you can see gold continuous futures, that red support, the blue resistance, get to the purple top band and possibly break it to the upside. Silver is making a move. The golden resistance is now broken, okay, which means we may see a touch on that red top band once again, but it may also become a kind of an bear flag. So gets there, pulls back, gets there, and come down again. So got to be careful with silver, as I said many times. And silver is on the continuous futures. It is forcing that blue resistance. It's the golden one I showed on the spot chart. It's this blue one, and it hasn't been broken, but it's really forcing it to break. You can see that that's the fourth touch. This red downtrend, I think, is very much intact. Pound sterling, what am I saying? Platinum, that blue resistance together with the golden, you can see it is holding. That resistance zone is holding. And there is one thing to be aware of here. So if this red bottom band holds, it may form a bull flag and break it to the upside. So I've got to be, yeah, I mean, if this red bottom band breaks, then it's, of course, it's going to be more downside. So if this red bottom band breaks, yeah, anything below 936 is going to look very bearish again. So yeah, that resistance is holding, and that golden resistance, of course, hasn't been challenged again. Nat gas is now approaching that blue top band once again. Yeah, this here is the continuous futures and the blue top band. We probably are going to see the gap fill at that blue top band. This is where the gap opened. So it has to touch at, well, 2290, and it will be the third touch on that blue top band, 2290. If it gets tested and if it breaks that red bottom band eventually, that is going to look very bearish again. And natural gas on the October contract, that green resistance hasn't been really, and that's a potential resistance. I'm going to remove that one because I still think we're going to fill the gap and then maybe come down to break that blue bear flag. So that bear flag, two touches on both sides. Okay. Pound. This is copper, and copper is now forcing that green top band to break. That is a smaller bull flag. The red giant bull flag was broken and failed to follow through. That was, of course, very bad action, but does it still have a chance? And I think it does, because this golden resistance, 1, 2, 3, how many touches? You can see here. And the green top band, first, second, third. If it breaks 416, we are at 414.55, 416, then at least we're going to get to that golden top band, right? And then maybe even break it to the upside. And similarly on the December contract, you can see that blue and green, and I think we're going to break it, and we will see whether it can break that golden top band as well, which would invalidate that one, that bear flag, invalidate that bear flag. Right, euro is inside this red bull flag, and clearly it has to break out to start a rally. Okay, and we have this golden uptrend. We have broken out, so it's still looking bullish to me. Pound sterling is trying to bounce off that purple and red double support. So far, it's stagnant, but yeah, we'll see. It is not really bouncing so far. Now, it should have already. The more time it spends here, the chances of rallying to the red diminishes. Okay, US dollar Japanese yen has just made a new low. Okay, and it tested the golden and blue, and it even almost broke down the golden and blue. That's a double support. Yeah, you can see here, first back test, second and third, and it just made a new low, and that is very bearish, clearly. And of course, if it breaks that down, that golden bottom band, then the target, that green bottom band target, is going to be very much in the picture again. So yeah, that green internal support is also taken out. I mean, it's not very precise, is it? So I'm just going to remove that. I think it's going to ultimately come down to the green bottom band and then possibly rally once again. DXY has broken the green downtrend, and that's why I'm thinking maybe it wants to get to this 100 250 and then come down once again. That is very, very possible. Aussie is still bearish because of that double resistance, and Kiwi is not rallying, but it is, I think it may want to backtest that golden major resistance, broken and backtested, and it is going to backtest it once again, probably around 61.20, 61.15. Right. And US dollar CAD slightly bullish because of that blue support rail. Now, let's have a look at agriculturals. Coffee is trying to stay inside this black uptrend. It had broken the red and bounced. That's why we bought it at 223. I'm still holding half long. That blue top band at 275. Ultimately, that's my target. But of course, if this black support breaks, we may see a big downward move, at least to this blue, or maybe, that I would be I would be quite confident that we're going to gap fill at 220, 227 if that black bottom band breaks. Wheat is climbing a bit more, and obviously we're inside this giant downtrend, that red one. And wheat, this here is the December contract. That blue support was broken and backtested. You can see I thought maybe it's going to break down, but instead it has broken the golden top band, which is obviously looking very bullish now, because this downtrend, I mean, it's once it breaks, we're going to see more upside, especially I think if it breaks to new highs above 583. Yeah. And soybeans, it hasn't really touched that green resistance. Let's say this is the continuous futures, and the November contract had broken the green bottom band. I thought it's going to rally in yesterday's video, but it broke down, and it back tested this red failed bear flag, which is of course bullish. Is it going to? No, let's put it here. There is no resistance overhead. Maybe it wants to form. Let's put it this way, okay? It's a very speculative bull flag, very speculative. So it gets to the purple top band, pulls back, and then breaks out. Either way, none of these agricultures are really big rallying. This here is corn, and it had reversed. This, of course, it's the December contract. Blue resistance, the red one was broken. Is it going to form the green bear flag and come down? The green top band is a potential resistance. So if it touches that 408 and reverses, then we'll see more downside, of course. And cocoa December contract is slightly bullish. And of course, the continuous futures is also bullish because it has tested this support zone once again. And sugar has come down once again. It's that green resistance. So it looks slightly bullish when it penetrated back into the blue, but it is now, it really has to break that green resistance to start a rally. And you can see this here is the October contract, blue resistance rail. This golden support was broken and the gap is almost filled. It's not yet filled, but it came very close to it. That was my call. And at 1840, it's going to fill that gap. And I think that's going to be, it's inevitable now. And this is cotton. It hasn't broken that blue top band, but if it moves beyond 70, I think it will have broken it. Now, let's look at the coins, obviously Bitcoin had bounced off the green. So this is a bear flag. The golden downtrend is broken, slightly bullish. But of course, as I said many times, the green, I mean, it has to rally towards 68, 69 and break it. That is the only way for this bull market to continue. Otherwise, if it breaks the green bottom band, that is a large bear flag, then we will at least revisit the previous lows of 50,000 and possibly further down. Ethereum hasn't really rallied to convince us that the bottom is in. That blue support is still there, and it has to, it has to really move beyond that purple resistance rail and get to red and 2,900. We are at 2,300, and it's dangerously close to that blue support once again. And that's why I'm not really convinced about the bullish case on any of these coins. Binance coin trying to bounce off the green. Solana may test the purple bottom band together with this here is the double support zone. And maybe Solana is going to tell us that we have bottomed out, maybe. But that's the $107 level. And Monero may tell us also that the bulls are back. So I'm watching for all of these. Ripple has to break 65 cents to break out. Fetch AI, as I mentioned yesterday, it is trying to break out of the golden bull flag, staying inside the red. So that looks not too bad. Data has to break that golden top band. OM, not much to see, but it's still showing massive relative strength. Zcash, no. Dash, maybe, just maybe. It's a very depressed one, and it may really break out. If it wants to rally, it has to really break out. Dogecoin has to break out of the green bull flag, and CAS is trying to break above that wedge that was broken down. So we'll see. PAL, and it has broken the green and blue supports, which is obviously bearish, and it touched a new multi-month low. Of course, that's bad. That's showing relative weakness here. Is it going to? I mean, it may be bouncing off the blue support right there. But it really, for me, the break of that purple top band would be very bullish. And that's where I would buy it, really. Pepe may be forming this green bull flag. And Jasmine, inside the blue bull flag, it really has to bottom out at the green and rally. And that's it, really. The rest of it is also a sea of red. There is nothing there's nothing compelling to me. But if you want to know anything, like any other coins that I'm not covering, please let me know. Oh, look at this Aave. Aave has just touched a new high, and it just touched that red top band. This is extremely important for Aave, and anything to break that golden and blue. It's going to be around what, $180. That is going to be like this year already is a bull flag in the making. So I'm expecting some pullback here. And then after that, a major breakout would be a massive buy signal, and the target would be 685 at least. I think that would be a new all-time high. All right, guys, take care. Keep in touch. Bye.